Hey you guys, what's going on? It's your boy Fen Doug. I'm out here on my way home, out here on the bus stop, and as you can see, we got cars out here speeding, like they is going rum fast. Like look at this, gone. They going fast. Anyway, y'all gotta forgive me. I know I'm late posting this video. My thing is what I was going to talk to you guys about was debt and adversity. Debt and adversity. Okay, I had to remember. Sorry, it took me a while. But yeah, so my chain of thought leaves me every now and again and whatnot. But I recall talking on my Facebook page a little bit about depression. But right here I think is a good as any time to talk about what leads to depression and whatnot. And one of these things of debt is debt. Me myself, I've dealt with debt, and I've cleaned up my own credit. My credit score and stuff is pretty good. Not really the best, but it is fair. But right now I want to talk to you guys about my brother's keeper. Okay, so back in about 2000 and some change, me and my brother was arrested. Well, he wasn't arrested. I mean, he was, but that wasn't the story. I completely slipped my times. But anyway, my mother and the female he was seeing at the time had went down to a bail bondsman spot, and they pretty much had to sign a piece of paper agreeing that the bail bondsman would pay a certain amount of money to get my brother out of jail, as long as they paid that said bail bondsman back another amount of money. So the bail bondsman wouldn't allow my mother and the young lady to sign it, and unless there was a third co-signee. Now, I came into play a little bit around that time, and my mother was explaining to me what the situation was, but she didn't fully explain the situation to me. So my mother just said, "Antonio, you don't gotta worry about it." Yes, my name is Antonio, by the way. You guys don't know, but Antonio, you don't have to worry about it, because after we get tarmac out, the bail bondsman will be paid. That will be paid. So I'm like, okay, cool. So me thinking nothing of it, me going off of the guarantee of my mother's word, I signed the paper. Didn't look over it, didn't read it, didn't know. A few months go by, and everything is settled. Actually, a few years, and we get hit with a paper saying that. Well, I get hit with a paper saying that I owe about $25,000 to this bail bondsman spot. No biggie to me, because in my head I know how I can get the cash and how I can make things work in my favor for that situation. But when I approached my mother about it, my mother told me, "Oh, Antonio, we have to file for bankruptcy, declare bankruptcy, so we can do XYZ." Pause. I'm gonna pause the whole story right there. I refuse to ruin my life for anyone else ever again, because this is exactly what ran through my head. I just ruined my life for someone else. I love my brother. Me and him, we don't see eye to eye. Sometimes we can't stand each other to a point where we will fight. My brother's threatened to kill me several times. But it's got to that point where, like, if he's in a crisis, I can't help. In a financial crisis, I can't help. It's the same thing with my mother, because my mother used me as a scapegoat for her eldest son. And everybody that knows me, that knows how I feel about that situation, y'all know I feel like my eldest brother is my mother's favorite child and whatnot. Like, I feel like sincerely, if she was to choose between me and him, and she had to shoot one of us, I really feel like I would be the dead one. But that's just me. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's just how I feel and whatnot. But I don't complain about the situation or anything like that, because I'm not mad. But I wanted you guys to understand how the debt affected my life and whatnot. Like that particular situation made me realize just how fast someone is willing to use someone else. Like, you are not your parents' keeper. You are not your brother's keeper. Anyone of a younger generation that's watching this video that's younger than me, I want you to understand and see exactly what I'm talking about, because I don't want you to make a mistake like I made. If your mother asks you to put your name down on a piece of paper or asks you for your social security number, say no. That is your livelihood to deal with. If something comes up short on your parents' end, that is not your situation to deal with. We as black men, I want to go there actually, because I feel like it's actually the black people. We're the only men, we're the only young children or young adults that is measured at our value after we hit a certain age to the household. Otherwise, you're getting kicked out. I actually, for a fact, have seen a young 18-year-old couple out here on the street, 19, 20-year-old couple out here on the street, about no more than about a year ago, and the young lady was selling herself down by the Safeway. Like, that is absurd. Like, your parents can't deal with you after a certain age, but they expect you to take care of them take care of them in their youth, not their elder years, in their youth. Like, I hate to say this, my mother isn't that old, so like for her to be the way that she is, it was a name. But like I said, it led to, for me, I learned to fight through depression. I have my own little world and stuff like that that I play in. That's what allows me to keep going, allows me to keep ticking. But I mean, I think that you guys need to, if you guys having situations at home where your parents want to use you for financial gain, for little sidebars and stuff like that, say no. You have the ability to say no. And if they don't like it, if you don't like your situation, change where you live. All right, you guys.